All right.
So, God bless you guys. Welcome to our Let's Just Talk episode. I believe it's 77. Could be correct. It could be incorrect. I don't know. But we're here every single Tuesday, and we're going to talk about different things that happen all around the world. None of us are journalists. None of us are experts.
Speak for yourself,
we're not
buddy.
Politicians. We're just three guys. And whatever we see that's happening around the world, we talk about it. And we try to do our best at it. Appreciate each and every one of you. Once in a while, we get excited and hit this button.
Or we just make the sound.
Sometimes Tino talks and we do this. Just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Want to get some shout outs. Cholo Trucker, how you doing, brother? Julio Valdez, Our Poetic, Lisa Duran, Bread for Life, Sunset. Oh, wait, he's here. Jose Chicano.
Got to do it.
Yeah, we got to do it. So it's not really official until we hit this.
Carl. Now it started.
Yeah, because brother Carl comes in here and it ain't official till it's official.
Not like official, like with the whistle.
What?
See, that's why we bleep him out sometimes.
So, another thing that's different, guys, is that we are not only going live on YouTube, like we have been how long have we been doing this?
72 episodes?
Yeah, year and a half.
I thought 77 episodes.
Oh, 77
been,
episodes?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
So for the first time, we are now live on Facebook. No other reason that why we never did it before, but I just decided today, hey, let's do something different. Let's go live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So I'm curious to see how that works out.
Next week
Yeah.
will be exactly a year and a half.
Oh, really?
Because if we're episode 77, that would be episode 78 would be exactly a year and a half.
Oh. Shout out to Derek Mallory. Also, from Minneapolis, Twin Cities, and Jose Chicano. I think I gave you a shout out earlier, but that's a second shout out.
Salute.
So, all right. We ready?
Ready?
All right. Angel, what topics we got?
Oh, let me get to our list here. I was too enamored with double screens.
Yeah.
We figured that out today. Well, we're going to talk about Mar-a-Lago shootings. Mar-Lago. How do you pronounce that?
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-o-Lago.
Mar-a.
Mar-a?
Uh-huh. Mar-a.
Mar-a-Lago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the shooting that took place recently. We're also going to talk about the Mexico cartel leader that was killed. And I don't know if we'll dive more into it as far as we find out now who was the perpetrator as far as giving the information of where he was at, as well. And then we're going to talk about the Supreme Court and tariffs, like a reef.
Let people know on Facebook because they don't know that they can comment and we interact with them.
Yeah, all you Facebookers, you can comment. We can respond. We're actually looking at it as well. So we're going to be following all of the communication or comments on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah,
that's why we were talking about split screen.
Oh, Jose Chicano. Gavin Newsom. He's dumb and can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Newsom's like us.
Yeah.
I don't know the word because I don't have.
I don't want to put us in that category.
What's the vocabulary? I don't know. I'm glad he doesn't have a vocabulary, just like we don't.
I'm glad that the governor doesn't know where to get certain legal documents.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Anyways,
yeah.
What else?
We're gonna talk about Newsom, and all of his audience and how he is at their level.
Yeah,
we'll leave it at that.
Okay,
we'll leave it at that.
Is that all the topics?
Well, yeah.
I mean, we should just really give like 3 because if we can run through those, then we'll talk about the rest later.
Yeah. Well, if we start off with music or movies first, we'll get to 2 topics after.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true. It's very, very true. Where are we going first, though?
Well, why don't we talk about Mar-a-Lago?
So Mar-a-Lago is the estate of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
President Trump. And I was watching the news the other day, and they found a guy with a gas can and a shotgun, and they killed him. So he was on the estate of President Trump. And what's weird is Trump wasn't even there. And apparently, it was known that he wasn't there.
So he had a gas can
and a shotgun.
Okay.
And so it was weird
Security
because it was
shotgun.
very public that Trump wasn't there. There was something going on somewhere else. Like, all it took was just Google to search to see that Trump wasn't there. So it's like, so my question is it a suicide mission? I mean, what were you trying to do? Because clearly you weren't going to do nothing to the president. He wasn't there. I mean, I don't know what made him think.
Yeah.
Dude, you better bring more than a shotgun. You get it? Because not only is it an estate, not only is he a billionaire or millionaire or whatever, but he's the president of the United States. You don't think there's Secret Service there? And you're showing up with a shotgun?
So
he might as well took a musket.
And a very bright, like orange, like the duck vest.
Yeah, with the orange tip on the barrel.
Oh, that wascally wabbit.
No, wascally wabbit.
Yeah.
But because I did hear about it. I didn't quite get all the story.
Yeah.
But it never caught like big news.
Well, Trump wasn't there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the backdrop story? What's the scenario?
What was the point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about what it is. It says investigation is still ongoing. It talks about exactly what you said right now. This is just one. This is AP, so we all know how that is. But anyways, although Trump often spends weekends at his resort, he was at the White House when the breach occurred around 1:30 a.m. The man had a gas can and a shotgun, authorities said. Investigators identified him as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of North Carolina. According to the FBI, and authorities said his family had recently reported him missing.
Oh, really?
He's believed to have purchased his shotgun while driving south. Secret Service spokesman Anthony said, and a box for weapon was later discovered in the man's vehicle. Investigators have not identified a motive. However, Trump has faced threats to his life before, including 2 assassinations attempts during his 2024 campaign. This article was written on the 23rd. It was updated at 11. So it was written today. It was posted today. Investigators are still ongoing and so on and whatever.
I wonder if he thought like, hey, man, I'm going to make some major news with this one. Everybody's going to hear about it. And then it happens and...
But the thing about it is, why did they... 21-year-old dude, and he was reported...
Oh, he was 21?
21.
Yeah.
So he barely could buy... Well, no, you can buy a shotgun at different states.
I was going to say different states.
That's what I was going to ask is, where's the guy from and where did he get the shotgun
He said
from?
that he was coming from North Carolina. I just said that.
That's right.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah, he said...
I don't know what the laws are there. In California, you can buy a hunting rifle. You can buy a shotgun at
21,
18, right?
21.
Oh, 21.
21.
Yeah, 21.
They changed it? It was 18.
21 Austin Tucker Martin of North Carolina.
Yeah.
But,
Take your shirt
Hey,
off.
the power of the cross,
Twist it around your
996.
head
Thank you for being here, brother.
like just you reading that story, to me, I'm just thinking, was he like, why didn't, here's just a service question, because I don't really quite know all the details of the situation.
I know.
But I'm gonna ask some questions because I also know how stuff picks up in the media really fast. Why did this not get picked up?
Yeah.
Why did the left not talking about it? Where is the guy's mental health in this situation?
Yeah.
That he would go in at 1:30 in the morning with a gas can and a shotgun, that the news media is not going to make a big deal of it, of somebody getting killed at Trump's house.
Yeah. And when we finish talking about this, I want to talk about that shooting at the school in Canada. Because it's interesting how that's off the news once they find out who did it.
That's my point.
Yeah, so
it is, and the mental health side is, who was he? Was he a furry? Was he? I mean, I'm just saying because of how the news stuff comes,
We haven't heard nothing about the guy.
that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Wouldn't you think they'd be all over it?
So the report is that they saw him, Secret Service saw him, and so they told him whatever they told him. He dropped the gas can, picked up the rifle, and then they let him have it. And I mean, again, and on this podcast, we never celebrate people's deaths.
No.
It's horrible, but it makes me wonder, like, what is being fed to people like this 21-year-old had his whole life ahead of him to do something like this, to end his life for what? And that's the real question behind this whole thing is why?
It's so odd with what he had.
Yeah.
It's like he had no other means, but what mental state was he that he thought that decision was going to impact what?
I mean, how close do you got to be if you had a shotgun?
Yeah.
So he thought not only could he do something to our president, but get that close.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? It wasn't a sniper. It wasn't a hunting. It was a shotgun. He probably had birdshot in there or something. Like, it's just confusing, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, was he thinking, okay, I'm going to pour gas here, walk backwards, and then shoot the gas?
Yeah.
And like in the movies?
Like that.
And it's going to light up?
Guys, in case you're wondering what that is, here we do we don't do super chats, we do super cats. So anytime somebody gives in a super chat, you're going to get a super cat. So we're adding those. We're back. We're here. We ain't going nowhere. Anyways.
On this article right here, it says, on Sunday afternoon, vehicles blocked the entrance to the property listed public records as an address for Martin at the end of the private road in Cameron, North Carolina. Braden Fields, Martin's cousin, reacted with disbelief. He described Martin as quiet, afraid of guns, and from a family of avid Trump supporters. He's a good kid. Fields, 19, said they grew up together. I wouldn't believe he would do something like this. It's mind-blowing, Fields said. He said Martin worked at a local golf course and would send money from each paycheck to charity. He wouldn't even hurt an ant. He doesn't even know how to use a gun, Fields said. He said his cousin didn't discuss politics. We are big Trump supporters, all of us, everybody. Fields said, but his cousin was real quiet and never really talked about anything.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like, that like you hear those stories or, you know someone is like, dude, why is that dude drunk, passed out with his pants down to his ankles, right, in his underwear?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a weird scenario. Like, why is he in the middle of the field like that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like in this situation.
Woke up in a hotel and he's in his boxers and there's a chicken walking around.
Yeah.
With the tattoo
and
on
his
face.
fingers broke, right? And he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know how that happened.
Right? Wakes up with a hangover.
Yep, just shaved right here in the middle with a tattoo on his face. Yeah.
No, man.
Endless capabilities.
Right next to Mike Tyson. Like,
Yeah. There you go. You caught it, huh?
yeah,
With a tiger in the bathroom?
yeah. But there's some Asian guy in his trunk. It's like, dude, what is this?
Yeah.
What is going on
It
here?
sounds like they were filming Hangover Part 4.
I mean, that's sad, but I do remember.
Yeah.
Remember when all that stuff was going on in Portland?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got friends in Portland. Isaac and them, right?
Yeah.
And so they would just kind of. I'd call, hey man, you
I
guys.
just talked to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
Yeah. And I would every so often I'd be like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's probably watching right now. But I'd be like, hey dude, how's Portland going?
If he watches this, he never comments. Isaac, if you're there,
Comment. Are you alive?
oh wait, I didn't mean to give you crickets. All right.
And but sometimes like they would tell me like some of the local news stuff and some of the stuff that they were hearing.
Oh yeah.
And one time, I believe it was Isaac that told me that they found mentally people that had mental health issues.
Yeah.
They had arrested them and they were trying to start forest fires. Remember that all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then we started having the fires in California.
Did you know they arrested somebody for that, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Which doesn't get talked about much.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
we talking about the Southern California people.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is the Northern California ones
Yeah.
and Oregon. And he said, dude, they arrested people that had mental health issues.
Yeah.
And they were Antifa people, and they were out to start fires.
Wow.
And that's what I'm saying, like
Just to bring chaos.
that's what I'm saying, like these young men, and sometimes what are they hearing? What are they connecting to? What are they listening to? Who's brainwashing them to do something like that? Because you're not going to make it into the White House with 1 gallon of gas
Yeah.
and birdshot.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah. Did somebody convince him that these are really giant bullets? Like, what happened there? Because if they're saying he didn't even know how to use a gun, did he think that was a giant bullet and not just a bunch of little BBs inside of it? I don't know, man.
But that's weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing more we can say about that because there's nothing more to say because ain't nobody saying nothing about it anyways. But I do want it to spin into a little bit about what happened in Canada. The reason I say that is that they kept saying that a young lady shot up a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, it was a boy.
And
It was
how
a boy that believed he was a girl.
and how adamant the law enforcement was in identifying.
Yeah, he was adamant that he didn't want to disrespect the pronouns of this mass murderer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
Very strong on that interview.
Yeah, that was so weird, man. Bread of Life, he said first time he heard of this. Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
So what is that? What is the fact that you want to show respect to somebody that killed a bunch of
To
children?
the murderer.
Children.
Yeah.
But you want to be respectful to their pronouns. That makes no sense. That's a big deal, the fact that you're hiding that, because if you go back to all the majority of the people that are shooters, they're all dealing with the same thing. And it's like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And it's frustrating.
Justin, what have you heard on TikTok about Canada and that shooter? Have you seen anything or heard anything? Really?
You didn't know about Canada?
First time I'm hearing it right now, too.
I mean, is Canada even a country?
What?
They all think they're cholos over there, bro. You know that?
So I got this thing.
Why?
Actually, I'm gonna send it to you.
They say "hey" at the end of everything. What's up, hey?
I'm gonna send this to you, Justin,
going over here, eh?
because this is really important. I think
I think they're cholos, bro.
for everybody to see. Hopefully,
They ain't from Califas, eh?
I'm gonna send it twice because for some reason it never goes through.
It's a nice county.
Which one?
Canada. It's a nice county.
Let me know when you got it. It's a chart it's white with a blue chart. I sent it twice, so hopefully one of them will go through.
I hope
Okay.
I hope they don't raise their tariffs on us and charge us a lot for syrup.
Check this out, guys. This is wild. This was not a survey, demographics. While he's making it bigger, I'm going to read you the top. Mass shooting rates by demographic from 2015 to 2025. Public incidents with 4 or more fatalities. Look at this.
Mhm.
At the top of mass shootings, non-binary biological males, trans, and the second most is trans non-binary biological female. This is crazy. This is look at black men. People say that black on black crime. It's number 4 in this chart.
Can I don't know if I read this or I heard this somewhere.
Yeah.
You see where it says Asian men?
Yeah.
That's Muslim.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you said that too. So
They're calling it Asian men now.
well because
they're from the continent of Asia.
Yeah, because it's Asiatic, because they don't want to put Muslim, they don't put it Middle Eastern. So the top mass shooting rate are trans men that want to be women. The second is trans women that want to be boys, and then Muslims,
Muslim extremists.
and then for black, and then white, and then Asian. I'm surprised Hispanic are at the very bottom, honestly, because some of the places we lived and grew up at. But
Well, I wonder if we're mixed in with white.
I was going to say that. So a lot of you guys, let's go back to the camera. On my birth certificate, it says I'm white.
Yeah.
In prison, it said I was white because of my birth certificate,
Mhm.
which is how, to me, it's so weird because in prisons, they'll say that the Hispanic population is low in prison. Dude, what are you talking about? The Hispanics run the prisons. You know, and so that's surprising. Did you ever notice, what does your birth certificate say?
I have no clue to be
It
honest.
probably
with
says
you.
white.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, probably does.
That's census demographic. When I worked for the Census Bureau, that was a huge conversation.
Why is that though? Since you worked
It's
there.
American.
Yeah, well, your origin, you're
American.
European.
That's why?
Yeah.
Because we have Spaniard blood?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, the origin.
I always thought about it like it's because I'm American. So
Your national, yeah.
But
white is
was
American.
a black guy born here.
and it doesn't say
No,
black
it says
on it?
black.
but our ancestry. But here's the thought process.
Mhm.
The origin of our ancestry is European.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
The origin of
Because
let's
they
say an
raped and
African,
pillaged our people. That's
yeah.
why.
But the origin, let's say of a black American
Is Africa.
is African, and so that the ethnicity is different than the nationality, and then the nationality is different than the origin.
Yeah.
And so, but no, that was always a big debate and a conversation because every decennial census they argue about that.
Wow. Endless Capabilities, is that the one that happened at the hockey game or something? No, it was at a school. I'm not sure. Did you look it up or no? You looked something else up.
This shooting?
Yeah. in
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm looking up right now. I'm on
What is it? Where did it happen at, or how many deaths?
10. No,
10.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. It does kill eight people, killing 8 people on February 10th
Yeah.
of this year.
Think about that, dude. That was
But-
over a month ago.
But I'm thinking, no,
we're still in February.
we're still in
Oh, that
February.
were March. Sorry, that were March.
That was 14 days ago. 14 days.
Yeah.
So it was like it was 14 days ago. But these articles keep talking about AI. Canada will press open AI officials on Tuesday about their safety protocols after it emerged with ChatGPT. Maker did not contact police. Whatever. Jesse Van Roos Sailor, 18, is suspected of killing 8 people on February 10th before taking her own life. OpenAI said it banned her account last year on ChatGPT for policy violations, which it said did not meet internal criteria for reporting to law enforcement. Evan Solomon, a federal minister in charge of the artificial intelligence, has summoned OpenAI's top safety. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And this is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because it says OpenAI safety officials in wake of school shooting.
Can you get a picture of that school shooter, Justin, in Canada? While he looks at Sunset Free says, I always mark Native American, LOL, but I think my birth certificate says Hispanic, and EOI is not the way. Wrote Modesto was unalive free last year. Yeah, that's actually the first time in I don't know how long that the city of Modesto had 0 murders.
Really?
You know that for 2025? 0 murders.
That I did know.
And actually, Stockton was a little lower than normal. So,
Okay, that's pretty good. Thanks, Trump. But no, you know, going back to you know, as far as Carl, what he's saying,
yeah.
because now they do give you the option to fill in.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't put white.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'll put Hispanic.
Yeah, me too.
How come race is required on a job application?
I think it's optional, isn't it?
No.
It's required.
I mean, yeah, they have you put it.
I think digitally now, because now computers.
Okay,
I think it's option. Yeah, I know. Before on like paper applications, it was always
why?
there.
Why is it ever included? What does that have to do with anything?
I think just number count.
Protocol?
Yeah. Yeah, Rooney Rule.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out on Facebook, Stephanie Johnson.
You see comments? I don't see comments.
I know, dude. I keep going back and
I
forth.
refreshed it. There's 6 people on Facebook Live.
Oh,
And there's 20.
I wasn't on the live chat.
Oh.
That's why.
Did you find something? Oh, there's no photo, like a photo image?
You know what? Are you not invested in what you're doing, son?
Yeah, I'm going back
Right
and
here.
forth from Facebook and YouTube so I can see the comments.
Right here.
Is that the person? There's another one when they're fully womanized. But I guess that's the person. The person was young.
Yeah.
That did it.
I mean, that dude looks young.
Yeah, there's another one where there's a YouTube where he's like, they say he's manifesting demons. He's like laughing uncontrollably.
Oh yeah, I seen that video.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, it was pretty wicked.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, there was a certain picture. They probably took it down because it was just too.
It
He
was
like
dem- it was
full on
demonic.
makeup.
Yeah,
and-
it was demonic, man.
Oh, the laughing. Yeah, can you look up the Canadian shooter laughing on YouTube? Even though they can't hear it, but we can watch it.
You don't got to hear it. You can see it.
Yeah, you don't got to hear it. So while he's looking for that, Endless Capability says, "Yeah, I seen that video."
Yeah, because obviously there was something wrong,
Yeah,
but that's what that goes back to. It's like how is it that group, as far as in those statistics we're looking at, never existed?
Yeah.
Until now.
Well, what do you mean they never existed?
I mean, in the sense of like all the murders and
Oh yeah, and like that, yeah. Because they even watching. Remember the old school show MASH? There was a crossdresser on there.
yeah.
So you know what, man? I had this debate a long time ago when all of this stuff started, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that dude was doing that so he can prove that he had something mentally
To get
wrong,
out.
so he can be sent home.
Yeah.
He figured it out, but they said, "No, we know you're trying to trick us." So he said, "Oh, I have to continue playing this part. Plus, it's a comedy."
Yeah.
So to us, when everybody growing up, that was
Funny.
just like Archie Bunker
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
One of the best shows ever. Let's go to the other side. Sanford. Sanford is basically Archie Bunker,
Yeah.
except black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to us, that was funny. Where in today's life, these are serious allegations.
Like, think of the games that we used to play, dude. When we'd get there in the morning, and it'd be
I
like,
can't even say them.
you know what I'm saying? It's like with the football, right?
Yeah.
Who you gonna smear? Right?
Yeah, dude. And
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
He found the video.
he's in this is the person, the shooter that was I
I think the day before or 2 days before, something.
don't know, but this trans shooter from Canada.
Hold
it
on,
was a
pause it.
boy.
Okay. Does he need to stretch that screen down
I mean,
or just move it up because
Just-
it's not all
yeah.
it's not all in view.
that's the
Yeah.
dude who
Oh.
posted that video.
Oh, got it. Okay.
so this person is a shooter in Canada. Look at that. They're just manifesting. Those of you that are believers in Christ, if you have ever had deliverance or
Oh.
this is very familiar to Christians that deal in deliverance.
And he's like, yeah, he's screaming out murder.
Yeah, look at him.
And
That looks very familiar, man. Am I wrong?
No,
That
No.
looks very familiar.
yeah, I
No.
get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is that's the kid who shot up
Yeah.
the school?
yep.
Days before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Let's go back to the on Facebook. Shout out Stephanie Johnson, Esther Wallace, Marcelo. He's on Facebook this time. Usually he's on YouTube. But thanks for jumping on.
But that's the person they're defending
Yeah,
and making sure that nobody misgenders
Yeah.
the murderer.
but children died.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Okay.
Different world
That's
we're
crazy.
living in, man.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Different world. I'm not talking Kadeem Hardison.
Facebook profile. It's under House of Rest. It's House of Rest Church.
Okay, where are we headed next? Are we talking about the dummy?
Look at the Bread of Life says a hockey one. I guess there was a shooting. A hockey one got swept under the rug too, and was apparently a trans dude.
Where at?
I don't Canada. I guess.
I think
Is there?
Canada.
Huh?
I think Canada.
Yeah.
Canada. Sorry.
The 51st state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The newest state of America.
Yeah.
Well, you want to talk about Newsom or you want to talk about Mexico?
I want to talk about Newsom. This dude. I don't understand how
Yeah, y'all need to put your seatbelts
things
on.
like this could happen, right? Man, we got to figure out how to. Hey, you know who's missing? Where's Adam?
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
I called him today, actually, because I had to ask him a musical question because I want to drop a beat, not just playing. But I called him, and he didn't answer, and he's not on here.
Is it? I know that there's a bad winter storm.
Yeah?
The East Coast.
Hopefully he's okay. Adam, let me know, man.
Adam,
Want to hear from you and Madison.
where art thou? Hey, I think I've heard that before.
Is he in the car? So anyways,
Is he? I hid, and I sowed fig leaves amongst myself.
so Newsom, those of you who don't know who that is, he's unfortunately the governor of California.
Yeah.
And he just keeps on. He keeps putting his foot in his mouth everywhere he goes, and it's weird that he doesn't realize it. He actually thinks he's brilliant.
Oh, man. You go ahead. I'm going to let you finish, bro.
So he went to speak.
Sons of Carl wants to know your Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I told them already.
Oh, okay.
House of Rest Church. I don't know exactly what event he was speaking at, but it was a black audience.
In Atlanta, I think, or something.
And he was talking to his host, was a black guy. And I don't know why he did this, why he said this, but he started saying, man, I'm just like you. I ain't no different from you. You know, he goes, I don't know how to read. You know, I'm just like, what? And my SAT stats are low.
Yeah. And when I drink beer, it's malt liquor.
He didn't say that, did he?
No.
Oh. And he's just like
dumb.
And I'm just like, I feel like when I watch it, he knew he said something stupid because he hesitates. He goes,
he started talking very different in how he articulated words.
Like you. Like he talks slow, like he's talking to slow people too.
Yeah. He slowed it down.
Because he's talking to a black audience. That was crazy.
He did, dude.
He says he doesn't read his speeches because he don't know how to read.
I'm just like you. I'm not better.
I'm not better than you. I don't know how to read. You got it?
He said,
it's crazy.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. Newsom told Mayor and Andre Dickens.
Well, that was the mayor he was talking to?
Yeah, at a book tour event on Sunday in Atlanta. You know, I'm a 960 SAT guy. And you know, I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, trying to act all there if you got a 940. Newsom continued, literally a 960 SAT guy. You've never seen me read or a speech because I cannot read a speech. Maybe the wrong business to be in is what this fool said, bro. Oh my goodness. And then it says,
that is wild, man.
It says his way of bonding with black people is to tell them how stupid he is and that he can't read. Rapper Nicki Minaj posted on X. Do you want to know the craziest part of this footage that will haunt him forever? He's literally slowing his speech down and talking in a sporadic cadence.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is real. Conservative influencer account, whatever. Where's BLM Democrats denouncing this racism?
I heard he got cornrows and he's going to get a grill.
He said to appear down with black folks. He said to appear down with black folks. Founder CEO had said a soft bigotry of low expectations. GOP Senator Ted Cruz.
I'm surprised he didn't go into how Friday was his favorite movie.
Oh my god.
Matter of fact, one time I got fired on my day off.
What if he would have been like, man, I remember growing up sitting on my porch with my boys. I had a friend, he was in a wheelchair.
Up in the hood. Right, Cube?
Oh my goodness, bro.
Dude, if that was,
I tell you, man.
Talk about pandering.
I tell you, and you know what though? You know what's oh my god, this is what makes me so upset about this prick. Is that people are like, yeah, see, he gets me.
Yeah. That's.
Do you think people actually say that?
Yeah,
Dude,
I do.
I
do.
I'm
sorry,
man.
bro. I am sorry.
Dude, you know why I'm saying that?
I'm sorry. Let's look at it this way. Before you say what you're gonna say, let me just say this. Let's take all the people who voted for Kamala because they, for real, Not so much that they hated Trump, but they really thought here in California, bro, not anywhere else. We're talking about Cali. Really thought she would have did a better job than Donald.
Oh my God. The gun guy. Who has seen the movie The Jerk? That's Newsom.
He is a jerk.
You ever seen Steve Martin, The Jerk?
Yeah, but that's a nice word, bro. This dude is way beyond.
But in the movie The Jerk, Steve Martin grows up in a black house. He thinks he's black.
Oh yeah.
I haven't. Yeah.
Look up the movie The Jerk.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie.
Type up the movie Jerk with his family.
Well, okay, what were you gonna say?
The only reason why I was saying that was I have yet to talk to someone that voted for Newsom.
Yeah,
I have asked and asked.
I don't get it.
And asked. I have not. I have met and talked to people who were going to vote for Kamala.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
And Biden.
yeah. I don't know of one person that voted for Newsom.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've never met anybody.
That's why that's the only reason why I'm saying that, because did people really vote for him? That's my question.
No way, bro. They that's up for sure.
Did you find anything, Justin? All right. So, for those of you that are a little young, this movie was a comedy about Steve Martin. He's a white guy that got raised in a black home, and he thinks he's black. He honestly believes he's black in the movie. And that's what makes it funny, because somebody said the N-word, and he got very angry.
I remember. Yeah.
You know, and I just realized Gavin Newsom is the real life jerk. This movie's his testimony.
With his 960 IQ?
He grew up eating greens, collard greens. He grew up eating chicken feet, man.
Bro, this fool said, I'm like you. You know, the 960 SAT guy.
Like, dude, how
I
more
can't
racist
read.
can you possibly be?
Oh, I got it. I got the answer to that right there. If you don't vote for me, then you're not black.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That is more racist.
Now, our poetic, you said all of them
I
live
do,
in
'cause
Cali.
I've actually heard people say
that I work
say what?
with.
Is he talking about voting
Yeah,
for
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are you talking about Newsom or are you
What's up,
talking
Tomas?
about Kamala?
Gabriel Morarity, 23?
Because I've heard a lot of people say Kamala.
Shout out.
And yeah, dude, I've talked to people that were going to vote Kamala or did.
Lisa, hello.
I'm just saying, in person, I have asked.
I have never had a conversation where Newsom. Oh, I can't say that because I have a good friend of mine where he is full on libtard, and he is like, "Hey, man, you know, doing Newsom's job. You know, he has a lot on the plate. It's hard being, you know."
So you know somebody
hated.
that actually voted for him, one person.
I don't know if he voted for him. I just know he supports him.
I have met people that that have tried. Well, I don't know if they support him. I have met people that try to defend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've
So
met people
in
that try
that
to
way,
defend.
if you're defending him, you're supporting him.
Yeah, but when I asked the question,
Yeah, have you
two
voted?
people, liberals.
Yeah, I don't.
And they said, no, either I didn't vote
Yeah.
or
Under what grounds would somebody vote for Newsom, though? I don't understand. Like,
Because he's against everything Trump does.
but he was
this is
governor before that.
Yeah,
Okay, well then,
What did he promise?
This is one thing that's never going to change my mind, and I know
Yeah.
like Sunset's Free will say everything. It's fine. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, like Mac Mall is the Browns, the Gettys, the Newsom, and the Pelosi's. That's how he's sitting there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I agree.
Bro.
Yeah,
Like, it's nothing he's done. It's nothing, anything, none of them have done. They all run California. They've been running California. They will continue running California. And because of that, they're picking who sits in that seat.
Why does he talk like Batman?
Because he's a spoiled little
Depends
rich.
who he's talking to.
He's a spoiled little rich boy. He's never been socked in the mouth for talking too much. You know how you said the other day?
In the shows?
Yeah.
He's never been sucked in the mouth in the shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. So it's just, that's what it is.
Tomas says underground, the people in the graveyard. They're the ones that voted. Joseph Rodriguez. What's up, Joseph? There is an anti-ICE protest at 5 Points right now. Huh. So 5 Points, guys, in case you don't know, it's, 4 or 5 blocks away from here? Right there where Denny's is at.
Oh, okay.
Denny's, J Street, right? J McHenry.
Yeah.
J
6
McHenry.
blocks.
Yeah.
About that.
Are you in it, Joseph? So
You should
why
be out there
don't-
with your Jesus flag,
But
bro.
those protesters should go to Mexico. They need you.
Yeah.
What? Okay, they're doing what? They're anti-ICE.
They're protesting for anti-ICE.
But they should take.
What are you confused about?
I'm not confused.
I know. Oh, okay.
I just
You look confused right now.
Ancient churchianity. I haven't never seen you hear your name, but that's a cool name, man. He says I couldn't vote for either. Wow. Cholo Trucker says a lot of the ladies like Newsom. He's got the charisma and tugs on people's feelings.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, dude.
So is
just
that why
like,
he does a Batman voice?
Yeah, just like Charles Manson did. You know what I mean? It's the same type of tug on women.
what was it, Al Bundy?
Joseph says I want Cartel to come in freely.
People just never cease to amaze me.
Ugh.
Never cease to amaze me
That's
in
very
their
sketchy.
stupidity.
Wow.
That's just that's crazy.
Gabriel Morarity, if I butcher your name, man, I apologize. Says Newsom was going to buy a home years ago, Serrano Parkway in El Dorado Hills. All the homes are multi-million-dollar homes.
Mhm.
It got all the way to closing,
Mhm.
and the owners found out it was him and canceled.
Oh wow.
Oh, he got the pizza? Oh, man. What do you all think of Chad Blanco, Endless Capabilities? I'm still learning about him. I know people are really coming against him because of the Black Lives Matter thing or something like that. I don't know enough about the guy. The sheriff in Riverside.
I heard something about that, but I didn't have time to do.
I know
any-
that he immediately made a video countering it. I don't know. I don't know enough, to be honest with you. All I know is that it's got to be better than Newsom. That's for sure. But
Sheba,
what?
my dog Sheba,
What?
would be a
Voted?
better governor. Sheba's docile, right? She's calm. She does jump the fence, so maybe she does agree with him in certain
No
areas.
borders?
No borders. So how maybe Sheba's a lefty? I didn't even realize that.
You know what was weird in Minneapolis? What I saw in the news was that at the time 2 weeks ago when they were protesting, that they actually blocked off streets and you had to show who you were before they let you in. But they were fighting against borders.
Did you? I
They were fighting against borders, but they had checkpoints.
couldn't.
So it's saying right here the governor election is November 3rd.
Yeah.
To break it down to see who the last final two will be
Yeah.
is June 2nd.
That's coming up quick.
Mm-hmm.
What, 3 months?
Yeah.
3.5
Silent.
months?
Yeah, June 2nd. So I don't know.
We need to be a little bit louder on that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I've always said, dude, I vote right, but for California, you know what I'm saying? It just needs to be somebody.
Does California even count votes?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do, honestly. I'm being
Okay.
honest. I'm
Yeah.
not being sarcastic. I
Yeah,
don't think they count
do.
votes here. I think it's it's still the Wild West over here.
Honestly, if you're gonna try to make change in California, you have to run as a Democrat.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to run as a Democrat. That doesn't mean that's your positions,
No.
but you have to run as a Democrat. At least through all of those
Yeah.
initial phases.
Because if you were an old school Democrat, you would be considered right now.
Exactly. But
Right with the Lord.
We got some. I haven't checked Facebook in couple minutes, but
My Facebook isn't coming on
When
to
I-
seeing what you're seeing.
mine's like really delayed.
the gun
Okay.
guy. $53 billion has been spent on the train to nowhere. Not a single track has been laid.
Mhm.
Our poetic, if the affluent leave Cali, you think would eventually shift Cali. If the affluent leave Cali, they are leaving Cali, but I'm still here. I don't know what that means.
All I know is that they were making the move on the Leering Center, and then they were making a move to get over here to Cali. Then those two people died, and then those two people died. What was it? Pretty what? Pretty
Woman?
good.
Oh,
Pretty good died, and then And then all of a sudden, we haven't heard anything about Kristi Noem or any of them coming over here to figure out and start doing, the research on scum and everywhere in California about, all the fraud and different things like that. And what brought that thought to me was he was saying about the $53 billion being spent on the speed rail, right? And
I got the super cats right here, Tomas, but ain't nobody doing super chats, so I can't give one. But I got a Cholo cat showing for whoever gives the first super cat. Sorry, go ahead.
But I was going to add, I don't know
go
if you guys heard talking about Minneapolis.
Okay.
I had heard that they found over I don't know if it was 3 or 30,000 children trafficked in Minneapolis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I heard something about that today, as a matter of fact.
I heard it within the last 48, 72 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And I hadn't heard anything. Yeah, it was in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They found thousands of trafficked kids from the border of Mexico. And they found them over there.
Wow.
That's crazy. Hey, Sun Says Free says, I think Newsom was educated at the Leering Center. That's a laugh, bro. That's a laugh.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Our
first
poetic,
blood.
he gets the Cholo cat. That's the Cholo cat. That's for our poetic. Thank you so much for the super chat. Whoever super chats, you get a super cat. Bam.
Bringing it back like the super cat.
Simon Limon. Is that
All right.
All right, where are we going to next? We're doing good, man. We've hit 2 different topics. Actually, 3. We had a bonus topic with Canada. Canada, eh? See?
Well, let's go south of the border.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Mexico.
Gun guy 11, Stanislaus County just busted 31 people in a sex trafficking ring this week. Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
I didn't hear about that either.
Cholo Trucker says, and about that train that has costed so much already, it's from Bakersfield to Merced. Who the heck is traveling out that?
That's just called Amtrak, Holmes.
Dang.
Well, Amtrak, they already had a train.
I know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it doesn't.
Super chat. If you're on your phone,
wanted it to go from
right
the
where you put
city
chat on the right, there's a little
to
dollar
LA.
bill.
Yeah.
2-hour trip. Yeah, dude. Come on.
Yeah, because if you take Amtrak, it takes you to Bakersfield, then you got to take a bus, and then you get back on the train.
Because I thought it was going to be a train from Sacramento and San Francisco or something. Probably Sacramento because it's capital, to Los Angeles. That would make
was
sense.
supposed to be the idea.
San Francisco to LA. That was the whole plan.
Is it? Or was it Sacramento to LA?
I thought it was Sacramento.
Either one. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I heard it was from the city.
I know it's from up north. I know.
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah.
But Merced to Bakersfield, dude,
I think he might be.
Oh, man, here's Tomas. So guess what? He's going to get, let's see, which one he's going to get? The Moses cat.
Oh,
look at
no.
that. The 10 commandments. All right. Cool.
Jose Chicano also, bro.
He what?
Third one.
He gave you a
Oh, did he? Okay,
super
hold
cat.
on.
Gavin Newsom's new name I gave him. Gruesome Newsomlini.
Bam. The cowboy cat.
Oh, wow, West.
But that cat looks like
Wild West.
that cat looks like he got shot right in the
All
side.
right.
All right.
So I just realized I don't got all my cats on here. They're on the other computer. I have like 10 of them.
No, man. It's with Mexico
Yeah.
and what sparked off Sunday
Dang, this thing is hella delayed.
Yeah.
You know how far delayed that thing is.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean Facebook.
No, this is YouTube.
Yeah. It happens. So, we've always, I don't really like talking about that subject, man, about what's going on. But I mean, I don't mind talking about what's in the news and stuff, to be honest with you.
Which part?
Cartels, names,
No.
specifics.
Well, we don't got
We ain't got
to
to
do all
drop
that.
names.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah, but yeah.
We can leave it alone if you want.
No, I mean, it's in the news. Mexico's on fire, man.
I mean the names are public of the what's his name that got murdered
Mhm.
that was killed.
I heard the second in command got.
Tomas says, I wish I could grow my brocha out like that. Our poetic, they did the same thing in Houston with Metro Rail. It had a bond twice. First one, they don't know what happened to the money, supposedly. That money got embezzled somewhere. And gun guy, correction, it was 73 people. and it was 3 weeks ago.
Okay, but that was 73 people were
busted?
arrested.
For sex trafficking here in this county?
That's a lot of people.
It is. Wow.
Now, if you said 73 people were found, that's still a lot of people, but that's different than 73 arrests.
Wow. That takes a whole pod. They got their own unit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. There's this Instagram where these guys, they confront people that are there to meet kids. And
Oh
then
yeah, I've seen it.
They slap them around, beat them up. So anyways,
Walmart and
yeah, everywhere. And if they run away, they start yelling, this guy's trying to meet a 13-year-old, you know?
actually pretty funny.
But Mexico, man, I remember turning on the news, or I think Abraham told me.
You told me. You're the first
Yeah,
one that
Abraham
told me.
told me. He's like, hey, did you see what's happening in Mexico? And I'm like, what happened? He's, man, they killed some big top guy and cities are on fire.
Where was it? Sinaloa?
No.
Right.
No,
here.
Jalisco.
Jalisco?
Yeah. But it was over six cities. So it wasn't actually
Jalisco,
Yeah.
Guanajuato, Michoacan, Colima, Guero, Tamaulipas,
Tamaulipas.
and
Tamaulipas.
Zacatecas. And then there's a I don't know how to say it. Nari.
Nayarit.
Yeah, Nari.
Mm.
So all of them.
So
Roadblocks made from burning cars, buses, trucks could be seen across at least 8 Mexico states.
yeah. Well, it was at first I thought they were burning buildings down, but it was like roadblocks. They were putting cars in the middle of the street and lighting on fire, buses, cars, trucks, work trucks, all over the city, like just causing just chaos. They shut down the airport there in Puerto Vallarta. People were running. They said that somebody was running in there with guns. I don't know if that's true or not.
I didn't see any video. I seen people running. I didn't see any video of anybody.
They were running because supposedly somebody was with a gun. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't see any video
Yeah.
of anyone going with guns, but I did see the video of people running.
Stephanie Johnson, bam. Super Cholo Cat.
Meow.
He's preaching the gospel right there. Look at that chain, bro.
I'm looking at that Rolex.
He ain't playing. He knows what time it is. Thank you. That's for Stephanie Johnson. God bless you.
Meow.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I gotta say this though, is why all of a sudden did the Mexican army do this unless they had backing by the United States?
Well, the United States said they did.
Have they officially said
Yeah.
it? I know news people have said it,
Yeah.
but has the government said it? I don't think so.
I don't
I
know.
thought Mexico did it.
No,
Mexico
They
did it.
did it.
But who was behind the logistics, the plans? How did they know where this guy was specifically? And
Because I'd heard.
yeah, but haven't heard nothing official from the White House.
Well, Trump speaks tonight.
I
Trump's
know.
going to speak.
I could have sworn I heard something that's called MAGA Monday News. I could have sworn I heard something yesterday from Caroline they put out. And it's not her. You'd have to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I could have sworn with the assistance of the U.S.
Technology-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Our satellites and drones.
I
or
think
something.
that they got the intel because of us. Because there's no way, all of a sudden, and Gabriel says that we gave them the intel.
Mhm.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I mean, matter of fact, we got it on video months back where Trump says, "You think I don't know where they live? You don't think we have intelligence? We know exactly where they live. We know their backyards." Something like that to the effect of that, and that was months ago.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Because they have his son.
yeah,
Mexico captured his son. They murdered. They killed the main guy.
yeah.
And I'd heard. I don't know how true. I had heard a story that it was his girlfriend that ratted him out,
Yeah.
and that today they found the girlfriend's family all murdered and 2 nephews.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's stuff I hadn't heard. I just, I don't know what's going to happen, but Trump does give a state of address today at 7, I believe.
6 Pacific Standard Time,
What's Pacific Standard Time? I don't
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, so 6 for us.
Yeah, 6
Oh,
for
so a
us.
little bit in 45 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be interesting. I did hear a lot of Democrats are saying they're not going.
Cool. That way he could give a speech.
Yeah.
Is that serious? Are you being serious when you say that?
Yeah, just today. That some of them
Yeah.
are opting to not go.
Yeah, because
Why?
they didn't want to have the big ruckus that they did. Remember, they
Sunset
had all
free.
the signs.
Thank you for that super chat, man. I had a bunch of cats. I don't have them on this computer, but you get the Moses. The 10 co-meow mints. All right. Thank you, Sunset Free. Sorry.
Live free. But yeah, no, I'd heard I'd heard the girlfriend. I heard that. I know I seen the video of his son
Yeah.
that was captured, and then the retaliation. But I don't know if I can't say if I heard anything that was official that the United States said they did.
According to this right here, this is the Guardian, so I don't know.
Yeah.
White House Press Secretary Caroline called El Mencho a major trafficker of fentanyl into our homeland, adding that he had been a top target for U.S. government. She confirmed that the U.S. had provided intelligence support to Mexico to assist with the
Oh,
operation.
they did. It's official.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least that's what the Guardian's writing.
Okay.
About
I'm
what
curious.
she-
I think Trump's going to mention it tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure she had her press conference today. Usually it's on Tuesdays, and then I think on Friday
Yeah.
she does one where she's right there in the White House.
Endless capabilities.
But
That's
I didn't
for
get
you.
to watch. I didn't get to watch it today.
That is for you. And I'm going to put a sound to it. Hold on. Let's see.
Meow. For the record. For the record. For the record. For the record.
All right.
Remix. So yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I have no doubt that they helped out in some type
yeah.
of way.
Yeah, I doubt it either.
No.
I'm pretty sure they.
They did.
No, I agree with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said it wrong. I highly doubt they
did not.
did not. Yeah.
Well, because it was recently, like I seen Scheinbaum spoke today, and I was gonna watch it, and I lost track of it trying to watch.
Oh,
her,
she spoke today?
that she spoke about it,
Yeah.
but she also spoke maybe several weeks ago, or I don't know if it recently, where she said telling the United States don't do it. You know, that's against the law. We're not gonna, go against the traffickers to murder them and all this
Yeah.
stuff. The only thing that makes sense to me is, okay, Trump said, listen, if you're going to hold that position, then we're going in. If not, you better handle what you're going to handle, because if we go in, we're taking both of you out.
It's going to make you look bad, probably. So,
Yeah, we're going to go in to clean house, and we know A, B, C, and D.
yeah.
And because she's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
She's stuck between a bomb and a grenade. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about the president?
The president of
Yeah.
Mexico.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's got the cartels in her backyard and she's got the United States in her front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't want to go out either door.
No.
It's probably safer out the front door, to be honest about it.
No, I exactly. And I think that's what led to what we seen of my best shot to survive and live
Yeah.
is if I cooperate with the United States.
What if she made that decision after seeing what they did to, what's his face?
Venezuela?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably when she gave the okay. Because I doubt very highly, like, this mission was just barely, like, 2 days.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
well,
No, it was too coordinated for them to have all those people.
I know the very first picture that Margot showed me was they blew up a Costco.
Yeah.
The cartel did. The cartel
Lit it on
member.
fire, yeah.
Blew that boy up.
Yeah.
There was an Arco AMPM also.
Yeah, I was like, gee.
I know that-
said, who they killed? That's all I said. He was like, did they killed? And then he told me who, and I was like, oh man. And then my criminal mind went into thinking like, why are they mad like that? They just helped out the number two.
Yeah.
The number two is like this and that, whatever. And then my son, I had this conversation with my boys, right? And so my youngest one he says, are you saying like the guy who was his best friend, who was like right next to him all the time, you're saying that he wanted him killed? I said, yeah. I said, it's the way the game's played. He was like, then how do you ever have friends? I said, exactly. Exactly, son. They don't. They can't trust nobody. I mean, that's why they don't. That's why they kill their wives. That's why they kill
Be
their families.
glad your boys are naive to that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And it's just like and so they thought I was being, because we all know me. So they thought I was being sarcastic, and I was like, no, I'm being 100% serious. Like whoever took him out helped out number two. Number two wants that top spot. Well, then I heard number two got whacked.
Yeah.
Or number 2 through 4 got whacked.
Look what Jose. I haven't heard that.
What's that? Read it.
He said, I heard Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, was on a Navy ship while it happened.
Mm.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that either. Where
Let's look it up.
where did you hear that from? Jose Chicano. That's interesting. If that's true, that's interesting.
Sunset Freeze is some interesting too. What's going on in Iran? I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
from that in a while because my understanding is that there is a timeline that's due right now today. And they're thinking that Trump's going to bring that up right now. He's going to play one of those Godfather things. Remember in the movie Godfather?
Yeah.
The
end of the movie?
At the end of the movie, Godfather's in service. He's just sitting there in the pew and just all kinds of craziness happening at the same time while he's in service. People are predicting that that's going to happen while Trump is doing the address, that all kinds of stuff's going to be going on in the world as he's doing, because that sounds like his style.
How do you think Vegas odds are going right now in that?
Yeah.
You know that's got to be a bet on the table.
Yeah. Speaking of Vegas, did you like Ocean's 11 original?
Yeah.
The original was Sinatra?
No, the one with
Part Clooney?
Part one,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I like
love
them all.
those movies.
I even
Okay,
like Ocean 8.
I got a
Yeah.
show for you then.
Ah,
I got a show for
You
you.
didn't like it with Sandra Bullock?
it was all right.
Oh, man. Isn't
If-
that crazy
if
how,
you-
like, us Christians are rooting for the robbers?
If you
Isn't that wild?
if you liked
Those are
Ocean's
good guys.
11 with Clooney and Brad Pitt
Oh, yeah,
and
those are great movies,
there's a
bro.
show on Netflix.
I like the original, too.
Show on Netflix. Netflix. We'll take some of your sponsor money because I'm gonna push this show, Sneaky Pete.
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that. Sneaky Pete.
Yes.
Yeah.
You seen it?
No, I've seen one episode, never, and I haven't got back into it. But
It
it's still
builds
on my
up,
list.
dude.
Yo, okay.
Each one gets crazier and crazier.
Every time, dude, like we think we're gonna have time to watch a movie,
Yeah.
and then we'll just start doing stuff, putting Ezra to sleep, and then we get there, and we're like, "You sleepy? Yeah, I'm sleepy."
Look up Sneaky Pete on Netflix, Justin. I'm really trying to get a Netflix sponsorship here.
I'm trying to get
They
anything.
they need the help too.
Man, I'll get a sponsorship from Tubi.
I get one from Howdy.
Tubi from what?
Exactly. I get it from Howdy.
We have another ship headed that way, Gerald Ford.
It says right here, AI Overview says, based on reports, there are claims that Mexican President Claudia was transferred to Mexican Navy ship for her safety following violence related
Following
to,
it.
to the death of a drug lord, as authorities reportedly could not guarantee her safety on land, according to a Facebook
So she
post.
was on a U.S. ship?
No, it says
Mexico.
Mexican.
Oh.
It says Mexican Navy ship.
That's different.
Safety measures. The report suggests she was moved to a Navy vessel as precautionary measure due to the volatility of the situation on land. That's just the AI overview.
Yeah.
And
Look what Endless gave Bill. She fled her country.
Wow. Go ahead and show that Sneaky Pete real quick. I'm trying to get some Netflix money, man. So that show on Netflix, if you like,
I haven't seen that
if
one.
you like Ocean's 11, this guy is a con man, and it is funny the stuff he gets into. But anyway, that's all I'm going to give away. I don't want to give too much away, but on Netflix. Anyways, there's my plug.
It's a lot of stuff going on. Again, here's another thing that my uncle was talking about that he was going to probably see come to pass during his term. And so, I mean, are we really shocked that he was talking about going ahead and stopping drug lords, especially when they started threatening him?
Yeah.
I mean, why are we surprised that he's doing what he said?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's crazy. You took out a big dog, and I mean, that's great. You know, I guess. Well, no, I don't guess. That's great.
Maribel Hernandez says, I enjoy your guys' podcast. Thank you. She's on Facebook.
It's just very unfortunate that this is what we deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You know, I was thinking because you're just kind of saying that. Like think of all of these things that are happening. All these individuals, all the people, whether it's Venezuela, where's Russia at right now?
This is over there
Trying to
talking
take
with
over
China.
Ukraine.
No, they're
But
talking to China.
But they're it's just this sluggish. I mean, it's an ugly situation, but it's just this sluggish war.
Yeah.
You know, and you have all this stuff that Trump has done in 1 year. And then, you know, you have all this stuff. You have the Epstein files and everything else. And then we have Prince Andrew that was arrested.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about that.
Exactly. And so then you got Iran. And it's probably not in. I don't think in that situation. I don't believe, and maybe I'm wrong,
Yeah.
that we're gonna see 50,000 U.S. troops go to Iran.
No.
I don't see that. I do see tactical probability of something like Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. But from the last I heard is Iran was already going, hey, can we talk again? Can we talk? But if Trump says yes, how do you negotiate with the terrorist organization?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to, according to
Exactly. So they're done.
whatever. I can't think of what it's called. Why can't we negotiate?
Yeah, well, United States don't.
Yeah.
Negotiate with terrorist states. I don't know. I mean, they negotiated with Hamas to get
Yeah.
people back. I mean, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
They gave up a Russian terrorist for
That was Biden. That was Biden.
for that
that dude.
Yeah.
That basketball player dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that
just-
tall dude.
Yeah, that tall dude. His yeah, he
He got
just,
caught with weed, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I care about that person as much as I care
Gabriel,
about
are you
Newsom.
are you talking about the tankers from Venezuela? Why do you guys think we are taking all these oil tankers? If you're talking about Venezuela, I do have my opinion answered, but I want to make sure that's what you're talking about. But while he's answering this thing on Russia, I heard that they had so many millions of Russian soldiers have died that I remember hearing a few months ago that they're drafting people, or unless they've always had a
They're
draft.
kidnapping people too.
Yeah, but they're literally taking older men. They're taking people that are slow. They're taking people that, what's that thing called, the spectrum? Autistic. They're making them soldiers
Mhm.
because he's running out of people. Have you heard that?
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
That's
I've heard
crazy.
That's what Putin
not
is
the
doing.
autistic part, but I've heard the other part. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
wild, man.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we took 8 tankers in the last 5 months. I don't know if I think it's a little bit more than my opinion. I want to believe that it's fact that the reason we're taking that oil is because it belongs to us. All of their oil refineries were built by United States for the economy of Venezuela to help them and to help us, obviously, to get gas. And China came and took them over.
Yeah.
So we're just taking back what's ours.
Same thing like Panama Canal.
Yeah, we're just taking back what's already ours. So it goes deeper than that, but that's just in summary.
You know, all of that stuff, it just kind of makes you go,
Mm.
When they stole Bobo's car, remember? I went after it in Oakland because it had one of those little chip things. We were going to take back the car that was ours. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We couldn't find it because they took the chip out. They somehow located it. But, well, can you imagine them calling the cops on us because we just took the car you stole from
Yeah.
us?
Like, hey, they just stole my car. Well, that one was just reported. I know we stole it, but they stole it back.
It's not fair.
Julio, those things that make you go, Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
But you know, let me ask this. Now that this started in Mexico,
Mm.
do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing?
For who?
Just in general, like
For
what are your
Mexicans?
thoughts? Mexico, United States.
I think
What are your thoughts on the situation?
I think it's a good thing for U.S. because they'll think twice about coming on over. It's not they're going to stop. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not going to stop. It slows it down, obviously. Slows down the next, 3 years. So, I mean, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's good. I think it's going to be a bad thing for Mexicans. Or, you know what I'm saying? And
they're going to pay the price.
yeah, that's exactly right because they can't go anywhere else. So all these drugs are going to have to start going to other countries the opposite way. So the boats, now they're going to have to start using boats. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Going the other way.
But they're blowing them up.
No, I'm saying not coming to U.S. They're going to
Oh.
have to go to different countries to
Yeah.
go make their money.
Europe.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
So
Because-
Canada.
my opinion is this: I'm going to use a few examples. I remember my case, Operation Black Widow. You know, California prison gang that was involved, very notorious. And when I was indicted, they got the whole leadership in Pelican Bay, and they brought them to the feds. And what ended up happening is these guys were leaders, generals, lieutenants in that mafia in California, and they sent them all over the United States, thinking they could dismantle it. and now is spread in other states.
Their doctrine just got spread.
So what they wanted to crush here, they infected everywhere else. I've heard sometimes people get operated because they want to cut cancer out because it's localized. And the moment they cut in, the cancer spreads in the blood. Next thing you know, 6 months down the line, they got cancer everywhere in their body.
Spread all over the body.
You know, another example is the movie The Narcos show on Netflix. I remember the Mexico one, not the Colombian one, when Miguel, whatever his name was, the leader guy.
I don't remember
when
the
he
name.
wanted to bring all the stuff together. And when they have him in a cell and that guy's face to face with him, he goes, "The day's going to come when you're going to miss me." Because what happened, they took him down and it just spread everywhere into factions and it just turned to war. I don't think there's a right answer here because you can't not do nothing against the drugs coming in. You can't not do nothing. You can't turn your head. But unfortunately, in this world, you know, you hit a cancer and it spreads.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the answer is because it's a catch-22. You can't not do nothing, but you do something and it's going to spread.
With like like people say, what is the oldest what is it? The oldest profession? Prostitution, right?
Yeah.
That whole game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you ever stop that?
Oh, you don't.
You don't.
How do you
You don't.
You can't. I'm sorry. That's a can't.
But you get what I'm saying. And
I
so
do.
how do you take the greed out of a heart? And how do you take the desire, the emotional desire to feel better out of the heart of somebody that doesn't have an answer in their
You
life?
arrest the prostitutes. So the desires of men don't go away?
Exactly.
So you remember Nino Brown
Yeah.
in New Jack? Remember how much those people right there in New York loved him right there in the hood?
Yeah.
Those are the people that are gonna miss him.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like,
So it's just like Pablo did
yeah.
it, Frank Lucas did it, Freeway did it, all these big timers, bro. They all did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Because you have the greed of the drug dealers.
Absolutely.
You have the need of the fiend.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking the chemical fiend. I'm talking about the emotional need of why people even dive into that.
Supply and demand.
Exactly. And I'm not, and at the same time, is the government of Mexico being legit in what they're doing to change Mexico? Or are they under pressure with their arm pushed behind their back, shoved in there, saying, you're going to do this?
Yeah.
That's not going to cause a change in Mexico.
No. That's why I said Mexicans are going to have to deal with some stuff for the next couple of years.
Because I think Scheinbaum's just trying to save her life.
I agree with
That's it.
I agree with
But again, we're talking about drugs. You get X amount of money for a key. And it's like, okay, but that's a one-time shot. But if I bring, if I traffic somebody, I could keep selling them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you take drugs out the game, you still got humans. You take humans out the game, there's avocados. Like, you see the mafias down there?
Yeah.
Fighting over a, you know what I mean? So at one point, guys, as a Christian podcast, it comes down to the hearts of men.
Absolutely.
It comes down to Genesis when it says the wickedness of man was so great. So no guns, take away the guns, take away the drugs, take away the prostitutes, take away this, take away that. You still have to deal with the hearts of men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's transition, but still on topic. New York City.
Yeah.
New York.
We've got a mayor in New York City that said, I'm going to promise you everything free.
Yeah.
Okay. in socialism. And me, Justin, have we not had this conversation over and over again? Just, talking about New York or whatever, just on paper. And I've said this, if you look at it on paper, a socialist way of living is not a bad way of living in the sense of all equal. That sounds great. It sounds utopian.
Yeah.
It's this wonderful place. But what's the problem and why has it never worked? Because someone's got to lead it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to run it. And at some point in time, someone's at the top.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what pyramid you drive and draw and put together.
Mm-hmm.
Some human being's going to be there.
Yeah. In a jail pod, imagine in a jail pod, right? Let's say there's 60 inmates in there. and only 10 people actually get money on their books to buy commissary. So can you imagine all 60 guys get together and say, hey, some weeks I get money, some weeks you get money. I'll tell you what, on your week, share your soups. And you share your soups and you share your soups. But I'll tell you what, keep it in my cell.
Yeah.
Because I will allocate. That way, make sure everybody gets soups. The hearts of men, the one that's doing it is going to have double or triple or quadruple the soups because that's just the nature of men.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
what happens. And what happens is it's like this. Imagine this. Okay, there's 60 men. I got 80 soups. I can't give everybody 2. I can only give them 1. So I'll give them 1. Now I have 20. See
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I'm going to keep the surplus because it's unfair.
We never know.
It's unfair
Yeah.
if I give 20 people 2 soups and the other 40 not. So I'll just keep the extra 20 soups. Imagine that happened every
Yeah.
week. In a month, I have 80 soups now in my cell.
You know, a conversation that we've had, me and my son, and I've told him, I said, a socialistic way of thinking to me is a plea for the gospel. It's a plea for the gospel. It's just very twisted
Yeah.
because they're wanting this equality. They're wanting some, I'm not talking about the militant weird. I'm talking about just the surface level of socialism, of that being a form of thinking. It is a
Dadrick, what's up?
it's a desire for the gospel without God.
Yeah.
And it always comes back to the same thing. You will never achieve. Capitalism is still an ism.
Yeah.
It still is. I think it's great. I think the experiment of the United States has been an amazing experiment.
Yeah.
And I think it has been, to me, in my opinion, I can see the fruitfulness in it, and we cannot deny the corruption in it. It right? But when it's all said and done, it is just all we're watching right now
Yeah.
is man's different way of reaching for the gospel, and they don't even know it. Because ultimately, exactly what you said. What does it always come back down to? The heart of man.
Yeah. It's always, everything comes down to the heart of men.
It's screaming the gospel,
Yeah.
and they don't know what they're reaching for, and they don't understand.
Yeah. Julio says the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak.
Yeah. And the hard part is now for the church is how do we capture that moment right now?
Yeah. That's a good point. You know, how do you fill that vacuum? How do you fill that? And again, man, everything comes down to Christ.
There's so much
Everything
anger.
comes down to Christ. You
There's
know,
so much what?
Anger.
mistrust, distrust. You know, I was just saying this. When did I say this? I don't know if I was saying this conversation or Bible study or a Sunday sermon. I don't know. But you got to remember, if the Antichrist is coming or is here, it's got to get to the point where there's no longer any trust, no longer any peace. Everybody's at war. Everybody's hating each other. Everything is at odds because it has to be so bad in order for the Antichrist to bring peace. Why is he going to bring peace if the world is in peacetime? That won't make sense, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like somebody showing up, with a candle saying, hey, man, imagine in this, look at all the light in here. And somebody hey, man, I got some light. You're like, that's nice.
It's like, hey, bro, I got 5 candles, bro. I'll sell them to you.
Yeah. But let this place be pitch black. And that candle will light this whole room up. So somebody has to come with some kind of, in order for the Antichrist to show himself to be peaceful, it means we all got to be at odds.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mhm.
So what I'm saying is to those believers, don't get surprised when you see Republicans, Democrats, this and that, and racial and racist and this and that, and wars and rumors of wars. And Jesus already said this 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Don't get mad. Don't get freaked out. Don't get frustrated. Don't start arguing with everybody on your Facebook. It is what it is because Jesus says it is. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. No, I absolutely. Even, it's weird the things that people say.
Is
Gabe-
it?
It is.
It's what?
It's weird.
Is it like what? Give me an example.
Well, okay.
Because I've really been paying attention to people's sayings in the last year of my life. Like fully, like I'm looking like, damn.
Well,
That's crazy.
I'm going
Like,
to say,
where did you
I'll
come
say
up with
something.
that?
I know. So, I'll use a statement that I don't like. It really, really bothers me. and I hear it all the time in the financial sector.
Okay. It sounded like you were going with like a pun. But
no,
okay,
no,
go ahead.
no. Well, they'll say, why do you dress up to attract money?
That's
I've heard
weird.
that. I've heard that a lot.
Wow.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like that because one, I don't do that. It's not how I think. It's not how I roll. I'm not thinking of money.
No, I'm
Why do I do with it? I'm going to honor God. I'm going to
in a professional setting. I need to
exactly
be
right. Those types of things, and I understand the mental mindset of that. I'm using that as a small example in so many different areas that it's screaming for the gospel as a solution, and yet we are finding all of these other things to put in its place in all these different sectors of politics of all. And right now, like you're saying, it's coming to a head and it's coming to a push. But I also have a question, and it's always on my mind, but I can't, there's no way for me to answer honestly, is have we always been here, but it's just social media just makes it more present?
Yeah, to a certain point.
Yeah.
I think things are going to get worse, but I think a lot of things that have been happening have already been happening.
Mhm.
The same stuff.
I mean,
there's
who
nothing
says
new under the sun, right?
You know who
Yeah,
says
exactly.
It, you know who says it best, bro? Is like old rockers, bro. Like Slash from Guns N' Roses. Guys from Motley Crue. What's his face? Yeah, the drummer from Motley Crue. Like these old rockers, right? And this is what I'm saying. They say we are very, very glad there wasn't cell phones when we were doing our thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's the truth. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the three of us can think of something that you did at one time of your life over and over and over again where you were like, man, I'm glad there was no cell
Thank
phones.
God there was only pagers.
Dude, in my career in the music industry, thank God there was no social media.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is what it is. But one of the things that you keep saying about what it is and people are saying and what people are doing and just the evil of men. And you're 100% correct. That's why I'm just listening because there's really nothing I can say. But the thing that keeps flowing in my mind is I was driving and I was talking with God and I was saying, and what kept flowing in my head was just being naked, okay, in the garden. And he said, why are you hiding? He says, because I'm naked. And the first thing he told him was, who told you that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to my son talk. I have one son, knows every single thing, bro. Tells me about plumbing, tells me about working, tells me about this. He knows everything, bro. There's nothing he doesn't know.
How old is he?
He's 18.
Oh, all 18-year-olds know everything.
Oh, yeah. He's been knowing everything since he was like 10.
Yeah.
So anyways, man, I love him, bro. I'm glad he knows everything. You know what I'm saying? It'll pay him one day, God willing.
Amen.
So the thing about it is he'll say things. He'll say things, and I'll tell him, who told you that? He's all, it's right here. Google. I say, okay, cool. Hold up real quick. What is it? What's your point? Then he'll tell me what the point is, and then I'll type in Google, the complete opposite. Here, look at what Google said. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is where we're at. How do we change it to go back to being naked? I know that probably sounds hella dumb, but it was such an epiphany for me. I'm like, Lord, where are you taking me? He said, back to nakedness.
Don't you think that's what Jesus says when he says, unless you're like a child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven? That's what he's saying.
But it was for us to be naked and unashamed.
Yeah.
Right? And today's life, it's the complete opposite. Nowadays, we're naked, but we're ashamed of our nakedness when it was made beautiful in the original whole context of that.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, this is where we go wrong. How do we help people going forward to teach them to go back to, obviously, don't walk around naked. You know what I'm saying? Please do not come to church naked. Don't go to any church naked, especially this one.
And some of you just need to wear more clothes.
Yes, that's a whole nother thing. But the thing about it is that's what we have to take them back to.
Yeah.
Take them back to being naked and unashamed. Don't go and hide. Don't go and clothe yourself. When you turn on your phone, you should be very, very comfortable with whether a pastor is getting in your car. Like if a pastor gets in my car and I'm banging Masterpiece Ghetto Dope, like, man, I expect him to be like, man, you were feeling really good, huh? or whatever it may be, dude. I might have just wanted to hear, what's that one? Cadillac something. Anyways, doesn't matter. So it's just like, hey man, I felt like listening to the song. It is what it is.
Man.
But be unashamed of
Yeah.
Jesus in your life. And I think that's really where we need to go. That's my answer to your question is how do we get back to it? Is take them back to nakedness. Because a lot of people, when they walk into this life of Christianity, when they walk, they're used to this. They're used to this. They don't know what it is to be naked. I know I speak for myself because in the very beginning, I thought I knew what I was doing and then found out I didn't. And then when people started teaching me that part about it, I told you before, man, the more I learn, the less I know. But I do know that I want to make sure that I'm not hiding anywhere.
I remember when Tino first started attending the church here, he's just like, and I don't remember your exact words, maybe you can clarify. He's like, man, I don't know how you preach stuff so direct. But it's like non-offensive at the same time. It's like loving or something like that. I forgot how you said. You're like, I need to learn.
I did.
You remember? Something like that, right?
I was like, man, dude, you speak just like me, but people get offended when I say exactly what you said. Like they get all butthurt. Like, dang, Tino, you're a little harsh. This, that, whatever. But that's a learning curve for me.
Yeah.
And it's very good because I don't want. I'm me, bro. Look at this. Listen. I'm not putting this on. This is me. And believe it or not, I like to say this is people are like, dang, Tino, maybe you should filter what you're saying. This is me filtered.
Real quick, Ancient Churchianity, he's laughing. Endless Capability says, man, I got a 16-year-old. That's probably know-it-all. That's what they're saying. Neff 12-7, God bless you. I've never seen your name on here. So what's up, David? It's Angel R.
That's my name.
Thought I'd drop by and say hi. And one more.
Are you me?
Julio says it's not about us. It's about the Father. And last, Gabriel Morty says, David, you explain things. Makes me want to drive to Modesto from SAC. Come through. Come through, man. Amen.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, Tino. And I think we have lost the art of genuineness in Christianity.
I agree with you.
I think there's also extremes, but I
agree with that too.
But I think in
oh, it's AOG son.
Oh, okay.
Amen. How you doing, Neil?
I
knew he was so young.
Yeah.
He's a dad now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, kids grow up quick.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think we've lost that just the ability to just be honest, and there was a story I read in you ever heard of Bill Hybel? I don't know if he's
Kevlar
pastoring anymore or not.
5592.
I want to say yes.
In Chicago. He was pastoring out in Chicago for years. I don't know.
His name?
Bill Hybels?
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
And so I read he had it was a 2-part book. Part of it was his personal life and his growth in ministry and how he come to Christ and all this
He's
stuff.
an author, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he used to pastor in Illinois. I think it was in Chicago.
Oh, I thought he was just an author.
No.
Okay.
And then the second half of the book, I never got to that part. So I only read half of the book.
Yeah.
But the first half he's telling a story and he's sitting there, and I might have shared this story here. They're having a board meeting and they're looking at making a big move. I think it was building a new building. And he's got attorneys there and he's got accountants there, and then he's got the board, all the pastoral board and all of them. And they're going over numbers and everything else. And then finally he just says, can I have all of the attorneys and accountants and everybody please leave? I need to sit with my elders. And so everybody leaves and he moves them over to a different office and he's sitting there. And he said, listen, we're going over this. We're about to make the biggest move in the history of our church. We're about to make the biggest decision. He said, and nobody's asking any questions. Nobody's, being open and honest. And he said, there is a pastor that is sitting right here, right now, that he is about to lose his family. He is about to lose his wife. She's getting ready to leave. Oh no, he just starts going all these details of destruction in the home. He said, and here we are talking about a building, and here we are talking about the next move.
Yeah.
And all of the pastors get quiet, and they said, Pastor, who is it? And he said, it's me.
Wow. I never heard that story.
And he just breaks down and weeps, and the elders surround him, and he begins to tell his story about where he learned accountability and openness.
Yeah.
Did that continue? I don't know. I don't know his life, but I know that moment did happen.
Yeah.
And that always reminded me of Paul when he gets to the beach and all the Ephesian elders, think about the distance it took from them to meet him. And the scripture doesn't say that they fell on Paul and wept.
Yeah.
It says Paul fell on them and wept. And so I think it's a very key point to ministry leaders. I sat down with a young minister yesterday, and we were talking about different things, and he was talking about just his dreams and aspirations. And I said, brother, can I ask you a question? I said, you're getting married? Yeah, in a few months. I said, that's wonderful. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? 23 years old. Mm-hmm. He got quiet. He said, I don't know. So what do you plan on doing in 10 years?
Yeah.
I don't know. He said, I've never been asked that question. And I told him, I said, can I give you some advice from a 48-year-old who didn't think of that question either when I was 21, full-time in ministry? And nobody ever asked me that question. And we just had a cup of coffee, man, and we just talked.
Yeah.
And I think there's a key point to that, what you're saying. And I think you're right. There's a lot of genuineness there that as Christians, as pastors, as leaders on this podcast, that's one of the things that I've never felt restrained to not speak here.
What do you mean restrained?
I've never felt restrained to not speak here or be honest. And I think that's needed. And I think with everything that we're talking about, all this stuff, there's so much behind the scenes stuff, of everything, whether it's Mexico, whether it's all this other stuff. And it's just a simple message, man, that the gospel is the only thing that changes and saves people. And everything that's going on, man, it's humanity reaching for the gospel and they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But David said it a long time ago, though, man. It's like, why are we surprised?
Yeah.
I've read the end of the book.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why am I surprised? I win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I win. And only because he won first. And so that's what it is. And it's just like, why are we surprised?
Yeah.
It's just, I think for me, it's just mind-boggling what we're seeing. So I was talking to my children about Mexico, and they were like, they said whatever they said. And I said, see, what you don't understand is, and I was using my brother-in-law as an example. I said, we've seen some stuff in our life in Mexico with these dudes. This is not new to us. This is new to you. I said, I've just never seen it at this level.
Yeah.
Have they went on rampages and blew up different cities? Has Jalisco been blown up in our lives once? No.
No.
In our lives, like we've literally seen that. I said, but I've never seen it on this level. That's what I'm tripping out on. I said, I'm watching things reoccurring. It's happening again.
Yeah.
But this is a whole nother level of things. I said, that's what you guys don't understand about what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And they were just like, oh, okay, we thought you were this and that. I said, no, I agree with what you guys are saying. And like I think you've told me before, I'm very excited that my children are even paying attention. I'm very excited. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on to me when it comes down to it. Just keep paying attention.
Yeah.
Keep your head up. It says pray and watch. So just make sure you're watching. Yeah. Where your prayer
Don't
is.
be one of the ones drinking water looking down.
Well, look up. My son's here. I've always told them, I'm not afraid of you having different thoughts than me.
Oh, please bring them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What scares me is when you cease to think.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop thinking, that concerns me.
Yeah.
And just follow what everybody's saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I want you to think.
Have your own thoughts.
You
Exactly.
hit Hitler's way of doing things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk. Let's discuss. Let's bounce that off of one another. Let's argue. Let's debate.
Yeah.
I'm good with that all day long. I'm good with that.
Let's have
That's
fun.
a safer place to me.
Yeah.
I have the 18-year-old who knows everything, bro. I have to like walk away. I look at him like,
What are you laughing at? Huh?
I just walk away.
Yeah.
He knows too.
There's been
I
some
just throw my
times-
shoe at him.
There's been some times I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Let me go walk over there. My bad, dude. I apologize. Go over there, give him a hug. I love you, man.
Yeah.
Love you too, Dad. And I
Kevlar 559.
Right? See, I'm not the only one. Right?
Nah, man, you pissed me off with that one, boy.
He's from
but
Madera.
no, I'm saying because I've had to go in, especially in this one.
Yeah.
This one right here, I've had to go in his room and just be like, listen, man, I still agree where I stand. But what I said, I shouldn't have said it that way. I'm sorry, son.
I've taken what I taught in marriages, that fighting is a part of life, right? I don't argue or have loud discussions. I fight with my wife whenever, right? But that's just a part of marriage, and that's a part of life. But you have to come to the point to where you're going to have to. You guys, neither one of you are giving in, so you have to learn how to agree to disagree respectfully.
How to gracefully bow out.
Yeah, like, you know what? I respect what you're fighting for. I'm not changing mine, so I agree to disagree with you.
My thing is this: is that
I take that with my
I
children.
don't like to get in, especially politics, because it's like, okay, if I don't have an issue if you believe that, but explain why you believe
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, and not let it be based on lies.
Yep.
You know,
That's exactly what I
that's
tell 'em.
my thing. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, critical thinking here. Like, seriously, like,
I want to hear your. Don't just come to me and give me a reason. Explain to me.
explain.
I will sit here quietly. And let
I'm
you
not saying
explain.
you're going to convince me. I'm not saying
Nope.
none of that, but just explain to me. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I want to hear your process
Yeah.
because I may not even address every element of it.
You know what it's like? It's like math homework. You couldn't just go in with the answers. You had to show your work. Remember that?
Yep.
And that's what I want to see with
Yeah.
my children. I want to see your work. I don't
Yeah.
care about the
Yeah.
answer. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care that it's right
If
or
I
wrong.
can see your process,
Mhm.
I might, because I can argue this point, but you know what? I got, you added, you should have subtracted. Let me start there.
Yeah.
Let me start there.
This is where
And
you
then
went.
work my way down that
This
problem.
is where you went left.
Yeah.
Dum-dum.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it is what it is, man. It's
So-
crazy times right now, man. And
Yeah.
it's, like I said, I really think Mexicans are the ones who are going to be paying the price
Unfortunately.
for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the end of their
Yeah.
episode, right?
yeah, I'm waiting and anticipating to see what Trump's going to do with Iran.
Yeah. Let's hear
Well,
what
he's
he
about
says
to
tonight.
give a speech in a few minutes, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple minutes from now.
like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, we didn't even hit the tariffs.
I don't even know enough about him,
Oh,
to
okay.
be honest with you. But I know he's going to talk about it tonight.
Yeah.
I did
Oh,
know
Well,
that.
let's get some information. We'll hit it up on Tuesday.
Yeah. So, guys, I just wanted to say God bless each and every one of you. We're here every single Tuesday. We try to get on around 4:15 usually. Let's just talk. We talk about different things. We try, and we're going to see it through a biblical lens. And I know we joke a lot and we have fun because a lot of I don't talk like this behind the pulpit. That pulpit belongs to Jesus, and that pulpit it's people give me a very short time. I'm not going to waste that time talking politics. I'm going to preach the gospel. But here it's a podcast. We're more relaxed. It's more fun. We're just talking about stuff that we think is interesting, and we appreciate inviting you in on it with your comments and things you want to say. And but God bless you. I think we're going to keep doing the Facebook and YouTube
Yeah.
live. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I like that.
You know, and let that grow, and hopefully, so not everybody's on YouTube. A lot of people are on Facebook. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to break the 10 million views per day. So help us try to help
we
us.
only need 9,995,000 more people. But yeah,
We're almost there. Hey, 1 million at a time.
yeah,
Hey, man, we were closer today than last week.
yeah. And next time you see two people and you don't agree with them, say this.
Look at it, two little sissies.
All right, guys. God bless.
Bless you. Peace.
La onda.